Hi, I am the Divine Empress and the Divine Emperor, actually. And I've got to set some things straight here. Uh, God gave me a God, know that I love you, and please give me the words to say here. But I'm going to say what I have to say about these people who are trying to make all my choices for me. They've done nothing but attack me, and I believe they're trying to do the same right now. Uh, and I don't believe they'll ever stop. But I know you've been fighting in the background for me. I thank you for that, and you are the only one who walked this path with me. Nobody else did. So they don't really have the right to come in now after attacking me and stealing from me and everything else, and come along and just decide who's going to be with me. First off, you two females who are actually masculines had your opportunity to walk this path with me. You didn't do it, not even one day. No, you kept living your dark side. Okay, that's okay. I'm not going to judge you, but I'm not going to have you either. I'm not in love with you, and I'm not hurting for you, and you don't need to be hurting for me, because guess what? You don't love me anyway. All you want to do is get your hands on whatever my rewards are. I know it, and neither one of you can light away out of that one. The rest of you guys, who are the men, actually men that they are the feminines, you can forget it too. First off, you're gay. I am not gay. I'm not fixing to be gay, and I'm not fixing to be with a gay. Okay? I don't have a problem with people being gay if that's what they want to do. But for me, ain't happening. Okay? Now that we've said that, now let me get on and talk to the rest of the people of the world. Because there are people who really do care about what I'm doing, and actually want to be in this thing with me. You people don't want to. No, you want to do what you do, and that's okay. You do what you do. But I think that by now, God showed you what you're going to get out of that deal. I woke up because I had the deal going, and I heard all this stuff, and I figured it's about time. I guess I'm going to have to just say it out loud. So listen. God came and saw me one night, and he told me he loved me, and that was the most important thing that he said to me, because didn't nobody else do that. Maybe I've got rewards coming, sure, and I'll receive them. I haven't heard. Nobody's heard me complain or anything else about such things. No, because I know God's in control of that stuff, and he'll take care of it. See, so anybody, I've heard people say that, don't be complaining. Well, I don't complain. No, listen, some of these attacks got the better of my mind. Some of the things these people say got the better of me, and for a while I signed off. There's somebody I actually like to be with. None of them are in that coven. And actually acts like a far better person than y'all. Y'all got to grow up. That's all there is to it. You have a lot of work to do before you ever be with someone like me. That doesn't mean I'm better than you. It just means I did the work and you haven't. You all have a lot of wounds you need to tend to, instead of trying to make more wounds for me. That's going out to the people in that coven. Anyway, so God came to me. He told me he loved me. He also told me that he had a journey he wanted me to go on. And I went on it, and believe me, many tears, many hours of many days, and many years of isolation. I lived through it. And I did it alone. God was probably there. I'm sure that he was there most of the time. I really only had maybe a couple of shadows that I had to deal with. Pretty much, I'm just right over all of them. I'm over one, and working to try to stay out of the other. But one thing I don't do is I don't attack people. I don't badmouth people. I know everything that gets done against me. So anybody who wants to try to say that didn't happen or lessen what they did, that's not going to happen, because I know. I don't need you to come and tell me and get closure from me, because I certainly got no closure from you. You know. But so I went on this journey, and I got through it. And all I ever wanted to do was, and I have already started that, is build a kind of like a what's the word? Like to bring people together, you know, to bring people together in love and the love of God, you know. I mean, we didn't have to be religious. We didn't have to be perfect, but we had to be Christian. In other words, we needed to have the grace of God. We need to have Jesus as our Savior. You know, I don't know what other religions, how other religions do that, because this isn't, to me, it isn't a religion. It is truth, is what it is to me. There is a God. I know. I've met him, and he came to talk to me 3 times. 3 or 4 times, I think. I can tell you everything he said. But he's real. He's a no bullshit kind of guy. I know that, and I know that I didn't fall on my knees or anything when I talked to him. No, I didn't. But you know, I probably should have. But you know, because he really is that good. But it would have been done out of pure respect, to know all the things that the guy's done for me. I mean, as many taxes come my way, and how many threats and everything else. Never once was I scared. I never was. Listen, I never wanted to be a big time, famous or anything, but contrary to what I want, God told me, well, you're going to have to be. That's the way it is. You're going to be known. You know, so, okay. I'm okay with that. And I don't get scared much anymore to get on this computer and talk to y'all. It's just that sometimes there isn't a whole lot to say that you already don't know. To Because I don't hold anything back from you. I don't lie to you. To those people in that covenant, I never lied to you people. You get mad. You get angry with me because of what you have done. I don't even know how that works. Because I didn't do anything to you like that. I didn't get you in trouble. No. You got caught. That's what that amounts to. There are a lot of things I could have really brought up. And I know that. But I'm waiting to see if you will come forward and take care of that yourselves, because that's what you need to do. But I'm not guilty of any of your pain or any of your getting karma. I didn't bring it to you. No, you brought me a lot of drama. Am I mad at you? No, I'm not mad at you. I'm over it. Do I love you? I'm not in love with you. I have a brother and sisters with you. I love them. There was a friend of mine who I loved, and there was an ex there who I loved. And I can love you in God's way. I cannot love you much as a partner, as a like being my wife. No, I'm not going to marry either one of you, or all the three of you who think that you can get and marry me. I'm not going to. That's my free will. I know the type of person I want to be with, and none of you are it. That's straight up. Doesn't mean we can't be friends as soon as you start doing the work. But until then, my boundaries are up. I have an anointing that allows me to go into the dark, because God trusts that I won't be taken over by that dark. I can probably kill the demons that are within you, because you guys are carrying some entities. I hate to tell you. But they're there because you all wanted them there. Not because they just came and just jumped on. They were able to jump on you because you opened yourselves up to them. Demons just come along and just get inside you out of nowhere, you know. You have to be carrying on in that way. But they are real. Know that. And sooner or later, you keep on doing all this black magic on me. It's not hurting me. It's not going to touch me. In the Bible, it says that a spell or a curse is kind of like a bird flying in the sky. And if you're not deserving of it, it will not touch you. It will fly right past you. And that's the way it's all done. Now, you people have been feeling your karma. You can say that you aren't. You can act like you're happy, but I know better. I wish that you wouldn't have to be that way and take that. I wish that if you asked me to help you get that thing out of there, I'd do it. I'd do it. Because God would will me to do that. Providing that I don't think that you're trying to do something evil at me. And there have been times when you've wanted me to contact you and stuff, but I couldn't trust you. You're very untrustworthy at this point. Now, hopefully that you turn that around. I pray for you, but I do. If you don't believe that, ask God. I pray for all of you that you do turn around and don't wind up being dropped into a lake of fire, because that's shit's reality. That's reality. And that, I know that mankind right now has been complacent. I know a lot of people who aren't, but I know that even I have been complacent at times, and we have to come off of that, because we're in that time when things are changing very quickly, And we would do well to remember those two laws, those two rules that Jesus gave us, and they're pretty simple, because all we have to do is care enough about our brothers or our neighbors to not go doing evil shit to them. Okay, that's the real deal. So I don't go around doing evil shit to people, and I would suggest that you all hear what I say today, whether you want to or not. If you hate me or not, I don't care. I really don't. What I do care about is that you hear me. Hear that what I'm telling you is God's honest truth. If you go, fall and steal, if you died right today, many of you would go to the lake of fire. Because you haven't done the work. You go to Thoth and he says, I got to take your heart and weigh it against your soul. How you gonna fare there? Not well. You're not gonna fare. Today you would not fare well, because if you're doing the stupid things you've been doing, that tells me that you are not healed at all. I had to do all that stuff. I listen. You'll cry a lot. That's okay. Go to your room and in private and cry. But get it out. Get the shit out of you. Because that's what weighs down your soul. You think I don't know what I'm talking about? You people have said and been so mean to me. Hey, many times I cried because of it. I'm not afraid to say it. Because I have a heart. And I pretty much stand on that heart. You think I wear my feelings on my sleeve? That's okay. I don't lie about the way I feel about things. I'm as authentic as I can be. Most people will get a nicer version of me than I am right now. But I just got woke up with all this, and I want to set the record straight. Lord, none of these people I want to be with, and I don't think that I need to go through that much unhappiness in this thing, to have to go and hold their hands and stuff, and be married to somebody who doesn't even like me, honestly. To you other people who I work with, and I go and I talk to you all the time. You people are doing all right. I don't care what you do, really, but I know that every day you go out there and you have spirits and God, the good ones, help you and answer your questions for you and stuff. And you help people with that and help them to stay healed. I see it, and good for you. Good on you. To other light workers out there, it's time for us to get up and do our thing. We all came here to help mankind evolve. You see, I knew that before most people knew it, because when God came to me, listen, I'm the kind of guy that's going to ask a lot of questions. God knows that. He just tells me what I need to know. But that was one of the things he told me. He said, well, I said, what are you doing all this for, God? He said, well, it's time for y'all to evolve. And I said, why? Because, like I said, I ask a lot of questions. I bug God to death with it. He said to stop the wars. As we know in America, and I'm talking to anybody in the whole world, if you can understand what I'm saying, Mr. Trump has gotten us into a stupid war. We didn't want to be in it. We didn't have any problem with Iran. We've had our go-rounds with Iran, but really and truly, we didn't have any problem with them. And all they did was cause more shit between us now, and cost us a whole lot of money, and make the cost of living go way up. Not very good government. And you got the Republican Party over here in the Senate covering his ass. Well, guess what? Your midterm elections are not going to be doing well. That I'm praying to God that they don't, because you people ain't right. You're there to represent us, not the president. The president is a different department of the government as you are. You're supposed to be making laws and taking care of the people who you're sent there by. I think every one of you who are doing the thing with him, and you're corrupt, and since when does a president go and get gifts like a airplane? It seems like there's a whole lot of it just doesn't seem right. We as taxpayers provided you 2 planes, and they're there, and they're built so that you don't get yourself killed in them. Okay? Much better, not much newer maybe, but they were much better. Now I think that they had to retrofit your new plane that you got given to you. Now you're fixing to give nuclear power things or something to Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia are our allies. They are. But so was NATO. And it worked pretty good up until you came along. You may not like what I have to say, Mr. Trump, but you ain't right. Anyhow, to all of you who are in the movement of loving God and changing this world, I thank you. I do. Honestly, you're good people. And we can all do better. Well, I know we can. But God didn't ask for us to be perfect. He asked for us to be His, to surrender to Him and be His. And that's what we are. As soon as these people who want to attack me realize that, your life will go a lot better. I'm still not going to marry you, but your life will go a lot better. And whether this gets me in trouble or not, I don't care. I don't. What I care about is that nobody's going to control that part that has been attacking me for 6 years. You certainly are not going to do my choosing for me. When God asks me to do something, I know that He will consider me. But I just don't think that, I had to earn this place. Listen, it took a lot to get here. And I earned it by doing the work. If you didn't do the work, you're not going to stand beside me. You might stand behind me until you do the work. I told that Aries guy, whoever he is, one time, listen, you have a position that you were supposed to be a priest or a preacher or something. So I asked, why aren't you doing the right thing on that? Really. Instead of leading those people down the wrong path, you should be leading them to heaven. And heaven's coming down here. And everybody is going to get a chance to go. I don't know exactly what the prerequisites are going to be or anything, but I do know that you need to be a Christian. I do know that, because how else are you going to go to heaven? The way I understand it, the Bible's very plain about it. Nobody gets to the Father except through me. And if you don't have a relationship with Jesus, then you're probably going to get told, go away from me, I never knew you. So it doesn't take much to talk to God. I mean, just talk to him. Or talk to Jesus, like, you know what I mean? I talk to them both. And if nothing more than just to say, hey, thanks, thank you. I see what you're doing for me. I see it. And thank you. But let him know who you are, I mean, he knows who you are probably out anyway. But if you don't ever, he never hears from you. I mean, don't just be there. He's not Santa Claus. Although, when you need something, yeah, you can go to your father and ask. But what's even more important is that you appreciate, you be that kind of person who a child of his that would say, thanks, Dad. Right? I never had a whole lot of dad, going on. And the one I had was pretty mean. And my mom wasn't that much nicer either. But they had their moments when they were, I could say a lot of worse things that they've done, really, but I don't. Because I still believe in the teachings of God that say, honor your mother and father. So I still do that. Not that they deserve it, but because they are my mom and dad, So, don't worry, I'm not going to say anything bad about them. On my brothers and sisters, they weren't always the way they've been acting. I don't know what happened to them, but they need to snap out of that shit. That's just the way it is. They need to snap out of it, and I know that if they don't, they're in trouble. But right now, I know that God and Jesus are still in the business of forgiving. Now, could I pray? Could I run all this scripture and stuff? But I never did take care of knowing all the numbers. Never was good at numbers, actually. But I remember everything. I've read that Bible 3 times. A lot of times, a couple times it was in jail. So I had nothing but time, So, and I know what it says. And I know how we should treat one another. And I've always said, err on the side of kindness. And so I try to do that. This journey has made me see things a little differently, as far as how, it opened my eyes to a lot of things. There for a while, I was never naive. Now I'm still, I hope I still have an innocent kind of way about me. Like my heart's pure. I'm not out there thinking and wishing bad on anybody. I'm trying to steal or just badmouth people and stuff behind their back. You know, I call it backbiting. You know, I don't know. They got names for things anymore. I don't even know anymore. Yeah, see, I don't know how. I'm not gonna tell you how old I am, but I'm a little older probably than you think I am. You know, so I don't know. Some of those, the terminology that they say and stuff today is just, it's just a harem or something. I don't know all those terms and what they all mean, you know. But I still know the English language, you know. So I'm like, yeah. Anyway, listen. Sun's starting to come up, and I get up early, and because I need to get this said before anyone goes trying to write my future for me. Know this, I do see. I mean, I would keep my Bible right here with me, and I do read it. So I know this. We don't have to go through the worst of the worst as far as tribulations. I don't believe that we do. I believe that we, as the human race, can turn that all around. You know, I don't think that it's going to go exactly the way that it was written in the Bible. I think, you know, things. I mean, that may, you know, and listen, I don't have a different story to tell you except for that. God writes the story as He needs to. I do know that. That much I do know. I mean, like my life wasn't supposed to be this good, you know. God rewrote it, you know. So I got a break. But what really amazed me was this, is that, and you know, it makes me feel bad for God, because your issue isn't with me. Your issue really is with God. God sets all the deals, you know, in my life. He sets the thing in everybody's life, you know. It's like, especially if you're surrendered to Him. And you know, if you're out here doing a job for Him, then He's going to rewrite your life. I mean, He's going to rewrite the story of your life. I am writing a book. I haven't got, you know, there for too long now. I've been dealing with these little things that come up, but every day they would come up. There was always something. I wouldn't even go to God with them sometimes, because I felt like, God, man, that dude's going to be working his butt off, man. I don't even want to bother him, you know. Because really, he's like us, you see. Where people got the idea that they could just go around doing black magic on somebody, or stick him in writing their name, stick them in a jar and put them in the freezer, so that, you know, those things affect people, you know, and it's evil. It's pure evil. Anytime you take away somebody's free will to do as they need to do, to think you're going to get something out of them, or to still, what do you think? What on earth are you people thinking with that? God had to give me extra protection because of the people that did that stuff. I hope that He let you know just exactly how it felt. I do. Because none of it was fun. None of it. You took away my laughter for years. If that makes you feel good, then you're probably in trouble. Because that means you don't have a conscience. Because every one of us needs to have a conscience and know that You may not know me. You may not know somebody. You know, it doesn't matter. When you do something mean to them, it hurts. We raise our kids to be the best thing they can be. You know, I had one. I had one. So, for anybody who's telling somebody that some kid is mine, no, I have one child in this world. I talked to him yesterday. Every month he calls me, Dad, can I borrow $20? Anytime he needs it. You bet. Because he's my kid. Some of these people have not been taking care of their kids the way they ought to be. And let me tell you now, that's a disaster. So if you've got a kid to be taken care of, I'm talking to people who I know who they are. Turn that shit around. If you're doing stuff and sending a text to somebody, turn that shit around. Get yourself back on track. One of those people who was a friend of mine was telling stories about me like, she and I had been together, and that wasn't true, and she knows it. You were somebody I actually looked up to. So you and I were on the same level. Maybe you didn't have the rank I got, but that's all right. You came from the place where I came from. And you screwed up enough that you got yourself... You fell from grace. That hurts my feelings. That does. Because you had it going on, girl. I hope you're able to fucking pull yourself up out of that. Really, I do. Because you have the potential to be much better. I know it. You know it. You're not stupid. You're very intelligent, actually. Turn that shit around, girl. Do any of you readers or whatever, card pullers, whatever they are? I don't know, cool pull cards. I can. I have them, but really, I just don't see the need to. I know what's expected of us. We're here to evolve now and go on to a higher. Listen, Adam and Eve, they fell. Man and with it, mankind fell. God got us back up, and He sent His Son to die in our place. And get up we did. But are we perfect? No, we weren't. But that's okay. God wasn't asking us to be perfect. He was asking us to do progress. To progress every little bit that we can. If it's just a little bit, it's still progress. And we can go on to the next round, hey. And when we die, we actually get to be immortal beings. We'll never have to die. And I happen to know that because I talked to my grandmother, my grandfather, who are two of my biggest defenders. Because I am the curse breaker, the cycle breaker, all that. There's many little things that I have to do. You wonder why all that stuff was left to me? Because I was saving our lineage. And it wasn't easy. None of it's easy. I love our lineage, you see, because I was born into this one, regardless of how they treated me. I still love them. You two that are over here in this coven, were you good to me? No. But I still love you. I'm not one that says, oh, he's, I love him, but, all this bullshit. You know who I'm talking to. Don't bother with those bullshit stories. If you love somebody, you love them. If you don't love them. I don't care if you do or not. But I love you, whether or not you love me. I'm not the kind of guy that's going to bullshit you about it. You've got some issues. You know you do. So, I think I've said all I need to say. And, so when you go around talking all that smack about me and think I don't hear it and it doesn't get back to me, it always does. I hear it immediately. I have friends up there in those groups. And I'm protected. I'm protected by heaven and by God, by Jesus. I'm loved. So when you go talking smack about me the way you do, know this. They're eyeballing you. You don't have to come at me with fake profiles. You got something to say to me, or want to see what's going on, why don't you just come and give me a holler. And beside that, I need to talk to Carol, driver. I have some news that she needs to hear, and I ain't telling you to my brother. This ain't about him. It's about her. And I would suggest, if you want your life to go a little better, you make sure she gets to talk to me. You have my number, and she can call me, and I'll give her some information that she really needs to have. I'm not going to fight with you people, but I'm doing you a favor. Get off that shit you're on. As far as that areas is concerned, like I said, we can never be together like a man would, a woman would be. You know it. Why would you even think I would? That amazes me. I'm not like my brother. I don't care what he does, but I'm not him. I would just say, if it came down, we could be friends. I'm a good friend. I imagine you probably are too. But that's as far as it's going to go, Of course, the minute I see you not being right, that friendship's over, I'm not going to play about it. Alright, I'm going to say a prayer here. Lord, I've said all I need to say to them. You want to be, and that's the only way I know how to get a hold of them. I don't have numbers on any of them, so, and they haven't contacted me in over 6 years. Some of them I don't even know that are in this coven. But I'd say, I know that you can do just about anything, so I'd ask you to put them to their paces and get them to turn around before it's too late. And I'll be responsible for my asking. And forgive me for whatever I need to be forgiven for. And thank you for your grace and your mercy on that, because I know I ain't perfect. And like you asked me to do, stay close to Jesus. I've done that. And I've done the things I needed to do to get this word out, and whatever word you need to. Now, about someone said today on something about some things that Lord, I didn't get those. I didn't get those things, so you might have to come back and let me know what those are, the ideas that you were giving me. And I'm not going to say what they are, because they ain't nobody else's business but yours and mine. But like I said, I'm being as right as I can be. I mean, listen, all this is a process, and I'm doing the best I can with it. But I'm here, and I'm doing it, and know that whatever you got planned for me, well, I'll be ready for it. And thank you, Jesus, for being the guy who got on that cross for us. You know. To the rest of the world, I say, God bless you all. May God bless you all. I guess He blesses who He wants to, and He gets who He wants to. But the people I've met in this spiritual community, most of you deserve all the blessings He can give you. You know, I mean, I do. The ones that have been very kind to me. Father, you heard that. So, keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on keeping on. And let's bring heaven back down here to earth. In Jesus' name I do pray it. Amen.